This weekend is Una doing what by Launch TV. Like, the link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. So let's into this weekend 3, 2, 1.
Hola amigos, welcome to Lounge TV. Estoy Tomas and today we're making fajitas.
Fajitas.
We're making fajitas. They're good. So,
Although we're claiming them to be fajitas, but we think they are.
they're fajitas.
Okay.
And if you disagree, you're probably right, but they're fajitas. We're calling them fajitas, so they're fajitas.
Right.
Anyway, so obviously for fajitas, we got our tortillas. So we got those.
10-inch.
10-inch. Bit bigger than the ones we have for the shrimp tacos. We're on a bit of a south of the border kick, aren't we?
A little bit.
Anyway, we got some chicken tenders right here. Now, everything here is going to be for the fajita spice blend, the thing that makes the fajitas fajitas. So we got here some chipotle, ground chipotle chili pepper, but you can use regular chili pepper,
Chili powder.
chili powder.
Yeah, same
that's what I
thing.
meant.
This gives a slightly different flavor, but we're not huge spice fans, so we like the different flavor.
Right, so this has more of a smoky-ish flavor, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so they're going to be slightly smoky fajitas.
Slightly.
It's going to be pretty good. So we got oregano, we got ground cumin. I'm looking at the back of them so I can't really tell. Garlic powder.
Yep.
Paprika.
Which could also be smoked paprika. Also very nice.
Very true. Salt and pepper. Can't go wrong. And that's all you need for the seasoning part of it.
Yep.
Which we'll get to that first off, just because you want to mix that up. It's not like it needs to sit, but there's also no marinating you need to do. But you do have to have that ready for the chicken itself.
Correct.
And to go along with it, we've got olive oil for sauteing, and the sauteed vegetables are going to be the peppers here, the onion, and there's a lime here. I'm not sure why there's a lime.
Because you add a squeeze of lime juice.
There you go. You add a squeeze of lime juice.
Now the peppers can be any variety you like. They could be yellow, they could be orange, red, green. Doesn't matter.
We decided to take a green and a red bell pepper. We'll use one of each. Saute them up with the onion. Be part of the fajita filling with the chicken. So first things first, let's get to making that seasoning. We've got our spices all measured out right here in this lovely little bowl right here. So starting from, I think here, we've got a teaspoon of the chipotle chili powder.
And that's variable depending on how much you like, up to a
Right.
tablespoon.
Right, if you want more spice, you obviously add more. If you want less spice, a little less. But you want to have a little bit of kick. It's a fajita. Then we got a half a tablespoon of the ground cumin. We got a teaspoon of garlic powder. And we got a half teaspoon of paprika, half teaspoon of oregano, and a half teaspoon of salt. And lastly, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper.
Okay.
So now you've got all those in there. All you gotta do is just mix it up, incorporate it evenly, get it all throughout. And you don't want to just overload hey, why is my fajita so spicy? Why is my fajita so salty? You don't want to have that happen.
You can always add additional spice later if you want.
That too. This isn't like a,
It's not going to be a chemical reaction happening, but you need perfect amounts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good, Tom.
Even it out a little bit. And there we go. We got some fajita spice right there. So now we're going to get the part where we season the chicken before we ever start cooking. So you'll get yourself not too much on a spoon probably, or some other thing, and you just kind of want to shake it on.
If you hold it up higher, it spreads out further.
And if you hold it up higher, it spreads out a little further. So obviously I didn't quite get it great, but really just kind of want to spread it over. Sometimes you're going to want it a little bit more seasoned than the others. That's fine.
All right, don't cook. Okay.
Well, I still need to get this one.
Yep. You're not holding it up high again. No, don't coat those anymore.
I'm trying to get the one on the eggs that has nothing on it.
You've got a ton of seasoning on there.
I know, it's because it's...
Okay, we're only going to season one side now.
Alright, so...
Because there's a lot of seasoning on there.
So I might have gone a little overboard in some places.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Some people might like that.
So, ordinarily what you would do is go up high, put a decent coating of seasoning on it, and then flip them and put a little more seasoning on the other side.
So decent coating is hard for people to tell what that means.
less than this.
Yeah, you don't want it.
You don't want to do as much as this.
You're not
This
like
is-
breading them in the seasoning.
Yeah.
Right, you're not breading them.
You're
You want them,
seasoning
to
them.
be seasoned. You don't want to coat them.
Right. So we're
Yeah.
only going to do one side, so it's not.
Because that one is very coated, and the rest of them are pretty
Yeah,
coated.
we'll shake that off.
Yeah, some of it'll, like, you know, move around and come off of it, like, during the cooking, and also, like, when we mix it up with the sauteed stuff. So, it'll mitigate a little bit. It's just, it looks like a lot right now.
Right. But that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
So with that done, let's go and get these on the grill. Now we're gonna get to grilling. So you want to set your grill on, usually around medium. Our grill burns hot, so we're doing about medium-low. So, once you get all fired up, all preheated, then you can get your chicken onto there. Now, our grill is hotter towards the back. So, that's just gonna cook a little bit faster, whereas the ones towards the front.
What are you doing on my grill?
Huh?
That's my grill. You've been demoted.
What do you mean demoted?
You put the chicken on the grill.
Oh, okay.
You took the greeting away from Tom.
Okay.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Stay away from a man's grill.
Stay away from the man's grill.
And if you get the grill stolen from you, then you can start working on the vegetables. As I have apparently been delegated to that instead of, you know, the grilling portion of this.
No. Saves time, maybe.
I guess. Sure, let him cook. So, for the sauteed vegetables, it's going to be real simple. You just got to be chopping them up. So, like, for instance, might be a little bit thinner compared to the other ones that were already chopped up. It absolutely is. But you kind of want something roughly this thickness, maybe a little thicker than what I cut right there.
Yeah.
And this is another thing that's really similar to when we did the shrimp tacos, and we were talking about it earlier, because if you like your vegetables a little more well cooked, really, you're spinning the pepper.
Yeah, why not?
Anyway, if you like your vegetables a little more well cooked, you cook them a little thinner. If you like them a little more crisp tender, you slice them a little thicker. There's a lot of things that you can do.
Yep.
So, you're going to keep on chopping, Tom?
Yep, that's the plan.
Alrighty. You're going to try to
That's
make
all.
sure you cut all the way through the peppers next time?
Yeah. You want to demote me from that too?
No, that's alright. You're doing a great job. Keep going, kiddo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. Are you still rolling?
Yeah.
Well, we got our chicken delivery. Here it is right here, all grilled up.
There it is.
I'm hoping it's all at 165, but I didn't check, so I'm trusting somebody else to do it. So, first off, what you probably should do is start to get the heat going on your sauteed vegetables, which, if you just take a look over there, all chopped up, all set up. We've got the heat on, like, medium-high.
Medium high. Olive oil's in there.
Yep.
About a
and
tablespoon.
You see the onions aren't chopped up too finely?
Everything's in
Kind of like in a
strips.
block.
So those onions will fall apart into strips. And the green peppers, where everything's in strips. So
Yep.
all about the same size. They should cook around the same rate.
And we'll deal more with that in a bit. So real quick. So you got your your cooked chicken. Technically it's cleaner. So you want to chop it on up. Now, I know that we have a small piece. Here it is. This is probably about the size you're going to want.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bigger if you want it, but
I would say thinner to fit in the tortilla better.
yeah, that's probably the best bet for that.
So you don't want to chop it that way, because that'll just give you chunks. You want strips.
Sure, so you kind of want to just...
No.
Well, then why don't you tell me a good technique?
Turn the chicken 90 degrees.
Then
Okay, so you want it
could
long ways.
Strips.
So he was testing you.
Uh-huh. You could do it on an angle, too.
Oh yeah, but we'll just keep it like this, so... Chicken strip, right like that.
There you go.
And sometimes it'll fall apart in the middle while you're cutting it. It's
That's
a little
okay.
odd.
If it's smaller pieces, that's all right. You just Even if you did the little chunks like you were going to do, that would have been fine.
Exactly. And because that was a little awkward to cut to begin with.
It'll still work.
Yep.
And you may want to cut those, yep, I would say break that in half a little bit, and yep.
And there you go. You just want to repeat this for all the chicken that you got.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry, folks. I might have had the camera pointed at Tom and not at the chicken.
It happens.
I apologize.
Anyway, we'll get to do
that's
this,
the final.
And it sounds like the vegetables are sauteing.
They're starting to saute.
And that they are.
Saute.
Yep.
You can hear those veggies sizzle right now. So one thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to break up. Remember how we talked about how the onions were all in blocks earlier? You're going to want to break that apart a little bit. I'm not doing like a in-depth job of it right now, but that's because it's already done. And at this point, you want to get your fajita seasoning again. You want to get a teaspoon of that, and you want to get that all down and around. You don't want to just drop in like the entire thing all at once. Put that in there.
You like spicier, you put more.
Exactly. If you want really spicy, go ahead, dump the whole thing on there. It's your call. We're not doing that. And you can mix around all that very spice. And then we'll get back to you with the next step. The next step is going to be plating the chicken, but first, take a closer look at our caramelization. Look at all that.
Looking good.
Nice browning on the onions. Because what you want to do is sauteing vegetables, in case you didn't know, you want to let them sit. You don't want to be constantly mixing them around. You want them to kind of sit on the skillet, frying pan, whatever you're using, to let it build up that caramelization. That's the flavor. You want that. What's also the flavor? Adding in the chicken. Go ahead, you ready to say something?
Yeah, well, the less done you want your vegetables, the higher your heat needs to be.
There you go. Ours are right about where we want it right now. So now we're going to just shovel in this entire plate of chopped up chicken.
Yeah.
Even that out a little bit. We're not done yet. Remember that lime that was there? This is the part where we use it. So we just drizzle lime all over. Hold on, I've got a really bad grip on this, so. Whoops.
It's not a lot of lime juice, but it's just enough to flavor.
Just enough. Kind of squeeze out as much as we can.
Good job.
Really good.
Then you want to mix all that around.
Basically, you're just reheating the chicken, right?
It reheats the chicken. It like disperses the lime juice. It like also evenly disperses the chicken throughout the vegetables as well. You don't want to spill it on the floor though. That would be a terrible mistake.
Yeah, not so good on the floor.
Yeah.
The floor does not need chicken.
No.
And then once you got that kind of all mixed throughout, you're pretty much done. So at that point, then you can get that heat off. I actually cut the stove, it was a little hot. And then you can get to plating. So the last steps that you're going to need is you're going to need your tortillas, which I got right here. Now, we warmed it up in a dry frying pan. You don't have to do this, but we like to do this.
I think it tastes better.
So just warms up a little bit. And if you do decide to do that, then you put it in the frying pan, you wait about a minute, then you flip it over. Pair of tongs is usually easiest. Then you wait until you start to see it puff up just a little bit, because that's what they do. And then once you get that, then the tortilla is all done. You can take that out, put it on your plate. Also, forgot to mention back with the ingredients, we like to have a little bit of cheese on our fajitas. You don't have to have it. You can just have just that if you want. That is entirely your call. So we're going to get some cheese. Just going to kind of layer that on there. Put on a little bit more. I like myself a cheesy fajita.
There you go.
Get that.
And what kind of cheese is that?
This is a Mexican blend,
There you go.
which is a blend of Monterey Jack, mild cheddar, asadero, and queso quesadilla cheeses.
All right.
Available at your local supermarket today. So anyway, you want to try to not touch the frying pan because it's still a little hot.
Yeah.
I would say probably more than a little.
Yeah, although I didn't touch it for very long.
Oh,
Anyway.
Did you touch it?
Yes,
Oh, sorry.
that's
Sorry
the
to
entire
hear
reason I said it.
Okay.
Anyway, what you want to do is you want to just grab a heaping helping of
You look good.
the good stuff. I got a lot of chicken with that, so let's kind of even that out with the
Not too much more, or it's going to be hard to roll
don't
up.
want. I was just about to get to that.
Okay.
Why don't
too
you
much
did
on
you
there, it's
have?
gonna be a little bit harder to roll.
That might be too much. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
You'll
we're gonna
find out.
find out. I might have said it a little too much. So then, to fold a fajita, yeah, I think it's a little too much. You just gotta fold in the sides.
No, not that far.
Okay, not that far. You fold in the sides to pretty much right about they touch, right?
No.
Fold this side, there's
There
a
you
little bit of a
go.
gap.
That's better.
And you take the bottom, and then you just roll it up.
And you squirt all the filling out the other side. Sorry, that's what's happening. A little too much filling. It's okay.
A little too much filling. But you know what? That could just be used for another fajita, because
Oh.
they're hard to only have one, you know?
It is hard to have one. Oh, look at that beautifully
And
wrapped.
look at that. There it is, all wrapped up. Haha, very good. Totally not extra filling behind it or
No.
extra cheese.
Just saving that for later.
Exactly.
So
Look,
that's
all-
70
all
for
nice and
later.
wrapped up. So let's
Makes the plate look pretty.
let's burn our mouth a little bit and take a good bite. Oh, I didn't get enough.
Now you have a big mouthful.
Mm-hmm.
So while he's busy trying to chew that, you could also use sour cream, you could use guacamole, you could use pico de gallo. There's lots of things that you can put on there to spice it up or you know, whatever you like. I like sour cream on mine. Avocado
Sour cream.
guacamole would be great, or guacamole.
Avocado.
All that stuff.
Avocado.
Did I
If you got
find
your
that?
pico de gallo mix, and that's also helpful.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you can just have it plain, like I just took a bite out of
Sure.
it.
You could add some tomatoes. There's lots of things you could do.
It's not too spicy. You can taste a little bit of smoky flavor. I got a little bit of vegetable in it.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
So it came out pretty well.
All right.
One moment. There we go. A little bit big of a bite, but you kind of gotta get through the tortilla first to actually get to the filling.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's just how it
Really
is
good,
with
yeah.
something like this. I highly recommend trying this out. It's pretty simple. Really, it's not even a ton of steps. It's a very easy, like, alright, I got some vegetables, I got some chicken. I happen to have tortillas in the freezer. What can I do with this?
It can be leftover chicken. It can be leftover steak. There's lots of things.
Yeah.
And you can always like mix it up and make, you know, your own fajitas, your own way. Ours is kind of stock standard, which there's nothing wrong with. Like I said, I recommend this. Try it out for yourself. I'm gonna get to eating because I'm hungry. So until next time, grab something cool to drink, put your feet up and relax, and we'll meet you at the lounge. I don't have a drink, so it's just,
You and the cheese.
I'm not gonna guzzle the cheese.
No, please don't.
Dad, did you put my water? Dad?
That was Una doing it right by Long TV. The link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out and drop a like if you like. And comment down below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you're new. And click the bell so you can be notified when I upload. And bye.